So next we can go to nested tables. Okay. Here, if you want to work with the nested tables, first of all we want to understand the index by integer. So index by integer already worked on. So nested. Then here it is also user defined type, data type, which is used to store multiple data items into a single unit. Same, but before we are storing actual data, we must initialize the data while using constructor. We must initialize. Okay, we should initialize the respected data type while using constructor. Here we have a constructor is there. Okay, that constructor is the difference between index by table and a nested table. In index by table we don't have the constructor, but in nested table we have the constructor. And here the constructor name is a same as type name. Same as type name. Suppose which is the user type we want to use. So here the constructor name is same as our type name. Okay. So generally we are not allowed to store index by tables permanently into database. Observe this one. It is a user defined data type. Okay, and the nested table also, sorry, index by table also user defined data type. But the next index by table don't have the power to store in our database. That will be overridden in nested tables. We can possible to store these nested tables in our database. Okay, that is the reason. Generally, we are not allowed to store index by tables permanently into database. To overcome this problem, they are introduced the nested tables to extension of index by table. So actually, index by table is the future. Means it is having the good future and will be improve the performance of our application programs. But the nested index by table does not possible to store in our database. That is a drawback. That drawback will be override while introduce the nested tables. That is the reason the people introduce this nested table. And here these user defined types stored permanently into database using SQL. I will show you how to store these nested tables in our database also. Here next, in index by tables we cannot add or remove the indexes. We cannot add or remove the indexes. Whereas in nested tables we can add or remove the indexes using extend. It is another advantage. We cannot possible to remove or add the indexes in our index by table. Okay, that is a drawback. But here we can do that while using extend. Okay, and extend trim. Extend means we can add it. Trim means remove it. Extend means we add the indexes, and trim means we remove the indexes. Methods, collection method. These two are the collection methods. And in nested tables we can allocate the memory explicitly. We can allocate the memory explicitly by using extend method. Okay. Let us we are working with one by one. Here observe this one. Type name is table of data type. Type name is table of data type and variable name. Here observe this one. This is the syntax which is used to create the nested table. Here we don't want to specify index by binary integer. Okay, directly we can specify type name is a table of data type, whether it is a number or varchar2 or a date or existing predefined data types also. Percentage row type, that will be also we can use it. So here observe this one. This is a user defined data type. Okay, it is a nested table data type, right? T1. That respected T1 will be allocated here. Observe this one. This respected thing we call it as a constructor. We don't have any constructor in our index by table. We have a type name. That type name directly assigned into the variable. But here we have a difference. First we create a type. Okay, that type will be going to assign here. This is a variable. This is a variable. Okay, in that variable we assign our type. Assign our type means we assign our data type. This data type will be assigned as a constructor. Constructor is the same name of our type. That here observe this one. Constructor name is same as our type name. So which is the name we maintain for type, that name will be maintained along with ampersands. Means what is that? Parenthesis, closing and open and close parenthesis. Which is the type is going to having open and close parenthesis, that will be called it as a constructor. That constructor will be assigned to our type name. Okay. Then now here observe this one, begin, okay, and start the program. v.extend, we add the indexes up to 100. Means we add the 100 index, not up to 100 index number. In that 100 index number, I keep the value is 10. This feature does not available in our index by table. Now I will show you how we are working with that. Yeah, extend means add, trim means remove. Here we develop this program. Okay, a simple program. Then how we are going to do that? Declare. First we define the type. Type T1 is table of not a table. Yes, table of number data type. Suppose I am giving 10. Then close it. Now we can assign this type. V1, it is a variable. Okay, and T1 is a type. Now we assign the constructor. This is the constructor. So this is the rule we should follow when we work with the nested tables. So earlier that variable will be assigned, but now we want to assign the constructor. Then next begin. Okay, once we start the begin, then what we do here, we extend, means we are add the value v1 dot extend of 100. 100 is the index number. Okay, next v1 of 100 is store the value is 10. Means I want to keep the value in 100 number, index number. Then finally I want to print it. DBMS output not put line. So here observe this one, v1 of 100. What is the value? 10. Then and means
extend or add
yeah, then this variable
a variable or add on?
Yeah, that variable is have the index.
Index.
Yes.
Because we add on value.
Actually, in nested table means in index by table we have a index column, we have a value column. So, but in nested table, the same scenario we have the only one column, right? In that column we are going to add it. Means indexes is there, but right now we don't have any indexes. We want to add directly index that. So in that index by table we can specify the number, right? We choose the one variable and we assign a value. Then only it is started the 1, 2, 3 something like that. But here directly we are going to add a specific index. But this functionality does not available in our index by table. Okay. Let us check it. The value. So actually 100 is a index number. We directly index. Suppose we have some multiple values is there. If you want to trim it, and we can remove the index also. Okay. That is a very simple example. Then how it is going to work, right? Are we clear on that? This is a constructor. It is a very important. And also here, then next we can go for next program. Here observe this one. We have a table. Okay, sorry. User defined type. Type is a table number of 10. So here observe this one. It is a variable and it is a type, means user defined data type, and assign the constructor values. So in that constructor values we are going to specify 10, 20, 30 something like that. But in our index by table what happened? Suppose we have 1000. We are going to specify the 1000 values, each and every value individually we specify. But here we can choose only one variable. Here also, there also we can choose only one variable and will be assigned the all values in one within one construction. That is the use of that. And here V1 first, V1 last, V1 pre-year, V1 next, V1 count, all will be there in within row wise. Okay. That means here now we can go to check it and you can get the clarity. Declare type T1 is table of number, right? Now we can assign the value. V1 is a variable, T1 is a type, and assign the constructor T1 of 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. I have 5 values in my constructor. Next we start the begin. Okay. Just here I want to print the value. I want to print the value. Okay. Then dbms output dot put line v1 dot first. First let us check it. Which value is coming and end.
Index.
It is in means V1 means first means if you use the collection method it is display the respected index value only. Okay. Then next if you go for another, the next one means I am using all collection methods. I am using all collection method. V1 last. V1 last. So how many indexes we have? 5 indexes. Next. Here observe this one. V1 of 1.
10.
V1 of 1. Let us check it. V1 of 3.
30.
30. v1 of 3 30. Suppose now I want to display some other v1 of pre-year. It is a collection method. Pre-year of 3. v1 of pre-year of 3. This one. Pre-year of 3. So what happened? We can check it. Two only. So here, what is that? v1 of pre-year. Pre-year is an index. What is the index of before that pre-year? Pre-year of 3. 2 only. Suppose next of 3.
4 and 4.
4. Then automatically we are getting 4. So collection methods is very important. When you are using the collection methods, it displays the index value. When you are using the indexes, it displays the value, index number and value. And next here, observe this one. In the same manner, the same program, I am going to use the for loop. I am going to use the for loop within the same program. Okay. Then how we can go to print it? From here onwards, for I in v1 first dot v1 dot last. Which information is coming?
First and last of 5, 10.
So total, okay, all will be coming at a time, right? Then here next,
Loop and
what happened?
loop and
So here we want to use the loop. We want to print it. dbms output dot put line. So v1 of where it is I and in the loop. Let us check it. So did you get any difference in this nested table and index by table? In index by table we can specify the number, right? For I variable we want to define the number, then only system is going to understand which is the value started. But here we don't need to define any variables for generate the indexes. Means where exactly it is started. Automatically it is going to pick from the starting and end of the program. Means entire. So I am going to implement it both for loop and normal program. Clear? So that is the use of that index by nested table. Next we have a program. Here observe this one. It is a simple program. Yes, yes, we want to use it. Some other program we can use it. Maybe any one of the program is there. Okay, let it be here. We can use that. Suppose say example where we can use the.
It is the construction.
Yes, yes. Let us 1 second. I will show you one example for that. Okay. So here it is a extend, right? Extend means added. So and we'll be going to, we can use a trim here. Okay. Where we can go to use that trim means begin. Suppose observe this one. v1 of suppose. Okay. Now I can use 10. Okay. So no. v1 of trim. Okay. Which value you want to trim? 10. 10 means 10. Okay. Then 1 means 1. I want to remove that one. Okay. Now the respected value, this value does not keep. Why? Because we remove the 1, right? And also whenever we are going to display this one, v1 dot first. Okay. Let us, we are going to check it. What happened? Observe this one here. 10, 20, 30, 40. Then here it is remove the 50 means at the time of trimming, then here observe this one, it is going to start it from here, means from right side. We are going to write this way, right? So it is going to remove the last one. Suppose say example, now we can use 2. Okay, 40 and 50 means remove, trimming. So we are going to write this way. Say example 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If you want to trim it, then first it is going to trim, right? Next it is going to trim, because of we are not possible to write the way in this way, right? Always we are possible to moving positive way. We are not possible to go for the negative way. Positive means this way, right way. So here we want to remove this one. If you go for 1, if you go for 1, it is remove this one. If you go for 2, 1, 2. If you go for 3, third one, 1, 2, 3. It is not a back side, but this is the actual way.
Can we do it in at a time?
Which one?
1 and 2.
Yeah, okay. Means 1. So it is not possible to remove the particular way. It is going to remove from this way only.
Not this way only, but what I'm saying is 5 and 4 we can remove at a time.
5 and
4.
oh, right now same thing. 4 and 5.
At a time, okay, sir.
Already ఇచ్చేసారు ఆ ప్రాపర్టీ 4 and 5 ఇచ్చింది కదా
4 and 5.
ఇచ్చారు
Suppose say example, okay, then here suppose I am going to give 5. What happened?
దీనికి all 5
Now all will be going to trim it.
But I want to delete all.
One second.
It's already deleted.
So it's beyond count.
behind count
Okay, then here suppose say example 3. I want to trim 3. So here also it is 1, 2. Okay.
the hospital next period
Up to this one 2. It is accepted. Means it will be trimmed 50 and 40 will be trimmed. And also here what happened here, this all will be correct, but this only we are going to understand. Okay, fine.
it will fit in DVMS
Now you can get the clarity. 10, 20, 30. Suppose here I am going to give 1. So maybe the mechanism is different here. 10, 20, 30, 40. No. We don't have any L trim and R trim. Here we have a method is only trim. Okay, we don't have any left hand side, right hand trims. The collection method is only trim. Okay, maybe I don't know. I am not sure about that whether L trim or R trim is there or not. Okay, I will be check it and will be explain to you.
Sorry.
Suppose here I am giving 3. 10, 20 is there. 30, 40, 50 will be removed. Means trimming. So always it is go to this way only.
behind back
Okay. And suppose okay. Now I am giving 1,4. Sorry, 1,4. What happened?
only one more
So here, first of all, we are going to checking whether it is accepted this range of indexes or not. If it is accept the range of indexes, then automatically it will be shows the result. Otherwise, it does not show. Observe this one. The Bragg number of types of arguments in call to trim. The respected trim is accepted only one index. That is the result. Clear? All of you. Okay. So in this manner, we are working with this.
So we cannot delete both at a time.
All.
All means
Only
only
five.
2 records. I have 5 records and need to delete at a time.
Which records? Which file?
2 and 4.
Suppose here observe this one. This is 1. This is 2. This is 3, 4, 5. Which records you want to delete?
30 and 50.
no
No, it's not possible.
not possible
So that is the reason here we don't have any option of arguments.
So can we take another tree over there?
Which
We
trim?
can take another.
Suppose here observe this one. you want to remove this one, right? You want to remove only particular.
Particular means that
So then we have a delete option.
Range of indexes is
We have a delete option, right? While using delete, we can possible to delete a particular call. So, but it is a
delete option we are taking 2 times all the delete.
yeah. But here,
So can we
observe
take 2 times instead?
no, don't get confusion. Trimming is different. Delete is different. If you want to remove the value, then we can go for delete. But here, I want to choose the which one. Remove the or add the indexes. Okay, but I don't want to remove the value here. These are the values, right? In that values is assigned to the indexes. I want to remove that indexes. Once you remove the indexes, automatically value is also removed. But here we are not possible to chance to remove a particular value. If you want to remove the particular index value, then we can go for delete only. Because of in delete we have a range of indexes, but in trim we don't have option because of already it is showing the error.
yes.
Means we are not possible to pass multiple
Numbers.
numbers. That is the reason, right? Suppose I don't want to pass anything. What happened? Okay, let us check it.
Only deleted. Only one only deleted.
Observe this one.
One only deleted. One the color.
If you don't want to pass it, first it is considered only
Last.
first one. Means which is the last is there, that will be trim. As per the number, it is going to remove the value, means remove the indexes from the constructor. Right? Clear, Chaudhary? Yeah. So then next, here we can go for one more example. The example is here. Observe this one. Declare table is a table of number, right? And will be assign the, observe this one. This is the type. Okay, the type will be assigned to one variable. Again we define one more variable. In that variable I can assign the constructor. Okay, it is a one type. That type is constructor. One is without having constructor. Another one is have the constructor. Then now observe this one. Begin. If V1 is null, then it is print that V1 is null. Obviously it is null. Why? Because of we don't have any constructor for that first variable. And V1 is yes, V1 is not null. If in case any data. And if next one more condition, if V2 is null, then it displays the V2 is null, and else V2 is not null. V2 is not null. What is the result is coming?
V2 is the assign the construction value.
V1 is the
null.
null and
V2 is not null.
V2 is not null.
Whereas we can put a bracket.
Constructor. What is the default value of the constructor? Let us. We can check it. Okay, then you can get the clarity. Declare define type T1 is table of number, right? First we define the variable and assign the type. Next we define the one more variable. T1 will be assigned the constructor. Okay, begin. Yeah, we have two variables.
One is not null.
Yeah, let it check it. If V1 is null, then dbms output dot put line. So what is that? Here we can specify. If V1 is null, then we want to print it. Some V1 is null. Right? Then else dbms output dot
V1 is not null.
V1 is not null. Then next, and if so here we close that and if
first one.
okay, first condition is completed. Next we can go for if V2 is null, then dbms output dot put line. V2 is null. V2 is null. Else DBMS output dot put line. V2 is not null. Yeah, that will be just we are going to checking for our condition. We can use it one condition also. Okay. V1 is null. Why? Because
It is no.
it doesn't have anything, right? V2 is not null. Why? Because it is having the constructor. Constructor default is having the one index. Means when we are going to assign the constructor, it is having the default one value. Default value. That is the reason it is showing not null. So means what is the difference between without constructor with the constructor? Suppose we choose a variable, okay? For that variable we can assign the type without giving the constructor what is the value. Means what is the value is there in that variable. So if it is valid or invalid. It is invalid, means we cannot possibly use anything. That is the difference, right? And next we can go for one more simple program here. What is that? So here we have already we worked on that, this one, right? So the same program will be repeated. Extend and will be assigned the value. That value will be printed here. The same program will be there. Okay. V1 assign the value 5. So finally we are going to specify the 5 only. Right. The next here we have a one more program. That program, observe this one. Write a PLSQL program to get all employee names from employee table. Same how we are working on our index by table, and store it into nested by table and display the data from nested table. First we get the data from the base tables and move into the cursors. Means here we move the nested tables. Again will be display the data from nested tables also. Then here observe this one. Type name varchar of 10. Then constructor cursor name is select ename from emp, and here we assign the value where exactly it is started, from which record it is started, 1. Okay. Begin for I in C1 loop. V dot extend means 1, means one value is added. Then here it is giving 1 and I dot ename. Okay, n equal to n plus 1. So then observe this one. Each and every program will be worked on different logics. Okay. Then now declare type T1 is table of varchar 2 of 10. Okay. Then next we are going to assign a variable. Define a variable and assign the data type. Means the type is a T1 and we want to assign the constructor. That is the very important. Otherwise it is a invalid. Okay. The next begin. So here in that point of begin. Okay. So before that what we do, we want to get the data from the cursor. Then okay. Declaration block cursor C1 is select ename from emp. Okay. And the next what we do, so there define the one variable. That variable will be assigned a value is 1. Okay. And here we want to print the message. Means how we are going to print it? Begin. So it is a simple loop. Okay. It is our normal loop. This is our collection loop. Okay. First we worked on our simple loop. Then here for I in C1, the data will be moved into the C1. Means I loop, I variable v dot extend. We increase the index. We increase the index for 1, 2, 3, 4, something like that. Next, V of n. V of n means V of 1 exactly. That. Which is the name we is going to store here? I dot ed. That data is stored in available. Keep in where? I variable. And n equal to n plus 1. For every record is increased. Okay, 1 plus 1. And end loop. And finally end it. Okay. Let us we check it first of all. So we want to specify the DBMS also. Yes. Subprogram or cursor B reference is out of scope. Oh, sorry. D1 V1. Clear? And also we want to print the message. Let us DBMS. So V1 of n. I or n. N. We assign, right? That value will be assigned to n. Right? Yes. Clear? So it is a normal loop. Instead of that normal loop, we can go to use the correction, means this loop. Okay? Then here observe this one. I don't want to define any variable for this one. And no need to require this one. Okay. Then for I in V1 dot first and dot last. Okay, loop and end loop. No. We are going to specify in cursor also. Yes. So here I directly specify that for I in V loop. Then now let us we work with that. Then but here what happened? For I in V1. So in this point of time what we do? Is it working? So V1 now? Yes. Here we want to give the I. And also we are getting, what is that? Have you remembered that error? Exactly. Then we want to use this one. That is the reason I am going to specify OR. Okay. Then here we specify the bulk. Means we remove that one. Okay. We no need to define the cursor. Here select bulk. Yes. So here only one name. Bulk collect e name from em. Okay. Oh, sorry. Select bulk collect e name into V1, right? V1 from em. From keyword is missing. What happened? Oh, sorry. Actually, before that we need to specify which is the column we want to select it, right? Select ename bulk collect into V1 from em. Right. That is the same. Okay. And also the same program we are possible to. The entire will be same will be there, but we are going to use the percentage row type and bulk collect. Here we we are going to assign, and will be assign the value I.emp number, I.ename and job. So here let us, we are working with that one also. Declare type T1 is table of emp percentile total. So this is the condition we want to use it. Okay. So and V1 T1 and assign the constructor. Okay. Next begin select star bulk collect into variable from M. Next, so what we do, we have a for loop. Okay, we have a for loop for I in v1 dot first, v1 dot last. Start the loop BMS output dot put line v1 of I. What is that? Which value? EMP number I want to print it. V1 of I dot E. Okay, let us, I want to print only 2 columns. Into loop end it. Okay, now we save this one and run it. Same program, but minor changes is there, that based on that changes we implement the program. But in index by table we don't have the constructor, and in the nested table we have the constructor. But in index table we don't have possible to remove or add the indexes. That feature will be there in nested tables. And the index by table does not store in our database. Nested table is stored in the database. I will show you how to create a nested table in our database. Clear? So this is the way we are using the nested table. So next session we are working with VRS. Okay, that will be discussed from next session. Okay. Fine, all of you. You should do the practice.